Welcome back, and well done for reaching day 5. I want to start today with something very simple and very important. You've already changed. You might not realize it yet, but you've listened, you've questioned, you've explored, you've stayed curious, you've stayed open. That means you're ready. Ready to see freedom, not as some distant fantasy, but as something real and available. Today, we're bringing everything together. No pressure, no expectations, just clarity. Freedom isn't earned, it's revealed. A lot of people think freedom comes from harder work, stronger willpower, endless coping strategies, avoiding temptation, punishing themselves, managing urges, being good indefinitely. But none of that has anything to do with genuine freedom. True freedom, the easy way kind, happens when the illusions holding the behavior in place collapse. The moment you see gambling for what it really is, not what the industry taught you it was, not what your brain predicted it might be, not what the marketing told you it could be, but what it actually is, something shifts. The desire dissolves, the conflict evaporates, the fear fades, and the behavior simply loses its appeal. You don't fight it, you don't mourn it. You walk out of the trap because you realize the door was open the whole time. Freedom isn't something you do, it's something you see. Day 1. You discovered the problem was never you. Shame began to loosen. You saw that gambling preys on human vulnerability, not personal weakness. Day 2. You learned why willpower doesn't work. Not because you're weak, but because willpower increases craving by creating deprivation. You discovered you didn't need a stronger fight. You needed a different approach. Day 3. You exposed the trap. You saw how craving is manufactured, maintained, and magnified. You saw how the industry learned to exploit anticipation, dopamine, unpredictability, and emotion. You realized the craving wasn't you. It was programming you had never been taught to question. Day 4. You understood the easy way method. You saw that freedom comes from removing illusion, dissolving fear, and ending inner conflict, not from control or resistance. You saw why people describe freedom as a sense of lightness, clarity, and relief. Everything you've learned so far has prepared you for this moment. So today, on day 5, we explore how you can be free. Not eventually, not theoretically, but actually. Every person who becomes free through the Easy Way method experiences 3 internal shifts. They might describe them differently, but the pattern is the same. Let's walk through them slowly. Pillar 1. The collapse of the benefit illusion. Every addictive or compulsive behavior has a single foundation: the belief that the behavior offers some kind of benefit. It might be a perception of excitement, escape, comfort, social connection, meaning, release from stress, something to look forward to, a little spark in the day. But when you really examine gambling, you discover something surprising. The benefit isn't real. It's anticipated, imagined, projected, illusory. What is real is the harm it creates, the financial pressure, the anxiety, the shame, the hiding, the guilt, the time loss, the emotional crash, the emptiness afterwards, the constant charge in the nervous system, the feeling of never truly being present. Gambling doesn't deliver pleasure, it delivers relief from the discomfort gambling itself created. That's not a benefit, that's circular suffering. When this illusion collapses, something remarkable happens. You stop wanting it, not because you can't have it, but because you can now see it's pointless. It's like outgrowing a toy you once clung to. You don't fight the urge to play with it, you simply stop caring about it. Pillar 2. The removal of fear. Almost every gambler carries a hidden fear. What if my life feels empty without this? Or what if stopping makes things worse? Or what if I can't cope with stress, boredom, or feelings without it? These fears are illusions, but they feel very real when you're inside them. Fear 1. Life will be boring without gambling. Not true. Life feels boring with gambling because gambling flattens your natural pleasures. When you remove the artificial spike, your natural sense of enjoyment comes back. Fear 2. I won't cope with stress. Gambling creates stress. Financial, emotional, neurological. Removing it reduces stress dramatically. Fear 3. I'll miss it. You only miss things that genuinely benefit you. Once you see that gambling doesn't, the missing disappears. Fear 4. I won't feel the same excitement again. You don't lose excitement. You lose the artificial roller coaster that left you exhausted. Real excitement isn't laced with dread, shame, and financial panic. Fear 5. I don't trust myself. You don't need to trust yourself to resist gambling. You need to see the truth so clearly that you simply don't want to do it. The fear evaporates the moment you realize freedom isn't losing something. Freedom is losing the illusion that you needed it. Pillar 3. The end of inner conflict. When the illusion of benefit collapses, when the fear collapses, the conflict collapses. You no longer have two competing voices. The I want to stop voice and the but I still want to gamble voice. Because the second voice was never the real you. It was conditioning, old wiring, a ghost of the trap. When people say, I don't feel torn anymore, I don't feel deprived, it's like something clicked. It's like a weight lifted. This is what they're describing, the end of the internal tug of war, not because they fought harder, but because the illusion that they were fighting has dissolved. Not by force, not by restriction, not by rules, not by fear, not by trying to be good. You become free by understanding the trap, dismantling the illusions, seeing what gambling really is, recognizing the true cost of staying trapped, recognizing the false promises, understanding your mind's predictive loops, questioning the benefit, exposing the fear, watching craving collapse into nothing, realizing you are never the problem. Freedom isn't an achievement, it's an awakening. People often imagine that freedom feels like constant happiness, a perfect life, flawless emotional stability. That's not freedom. That's fantasy. Real freedom feels like peace, clarity, spaciousness in the mind, presence, no secret behavior, no hiding, no shame, no late night spirals, no financial self-destruction, no internal battle, no giving in, no starting over, no self-hatred, no guilt attacks. It feels like you're finally living as yourself, without a parasite draining your energy, money, and attention. People often describe it like this. It's quiet in my mind. I feel lighter. I'm not scared of my own thoughts anymore. I'm finally myself again. And once you experience that calmness, the idea of going back becomes almost unthinkable. Not because you're resisting it, but because you're free of it. There is usually a moment, sometimes tiny, sometimes dramatic, where the mind joins all the dots. It never gave me anything. The craving was an illusion. The excitement was artificial. The relief was temporary. I wasn't the problem. The fear was unnecessary. And in that moment, gambling loses its power completely. It becomes what it always was, a trick, a distraction, an illusion, a habit built on lies. You don't give up gambling. There's nothing to give up. You step out of the fog, you breathe, and you carry on with your life. Here are some common things people say after becoming free. I don't think about it anymore. It's like it left my system. Before, it felt like I had two minds. Now it feels quiet. I didn't realize how drained I was until I stopped. My sleep improved within days. It's like I got my personality back. People around me say I'm calmer, more present. I stopped hating myself. They're descriptions of what happens when the trap collapses. There's nothing special about these people. They just saw clearly. You're already moving in the same direction. Before we wrap up, there's one illusion I want to call out clearly. The idea that you should wait for the right moment to quit. That's the trap talking. That's the beast buying time. The nature of this thing is always to whisper, not today, later, when things settle, when I feel ready. But that moment never comes. because the trap doesn't want it to. The truth is, you are completely in control. You can take the next step whenever you choose, and the simplest, most effective next step is to attend a seminar, not because you must, and not because you need pressure, but because it removes all the illusions cleanly, quickly, and with expert guidance. If you feel a spark of clarity today, trust it. Don't let the old pattern delay you. There are solid reasons to book your seminar now, and letting the trap decide your timing isn't one of them. This is your moment. Thank you for taking this journey, for your honesty, your openness, and your willingness to explore a different way of seeing. You've reached the end of this foundation course, but not the end of your growth. You are already on your way, and you are far more capable than you realize. Whatever your path looks like from here, remember this: freedom isn't something you earn, it's something you remember.